working to connect a region of over 600 bridges between our lands.
Hello and welcome to ASEAN in Focus. I'm Nea Mangawang, delivering to you the latest news in and around the ASEAN region on today's headlines. Tanawan City Mayor Antonio Halili was shot dead while singing the national anthem in a flag ceremony this morning. Rescue divers inch closer to a spot in a flooded cave where 12 boys and their football coach have been missing for more than a week. Malaysian Prime Minister Mahathir Mohamad accuses European countries of being driven by economic and financial concerns instead of environmental issue in their objection to the palm oil industry in Malaysia and Indonesia. And later, we'll take a look at ASEAN's master plan that connects all of its 10 members in several ways. Tanawan City Mayor Antonio Halili was shot while he was singing the national anthem during a flag ceremony Monday morning. Witnesses said Halili, along with the city vice mayor as well as members of the city council, occupied the first row on the city hall grounds, while behind them were department heads and the rest of the city government employees. City Information Officer Gerald Ledesma said it is so far believed that the shot was fired likely by a sniper who was possibly positioned at a vacant lot near the city government building. A Facebook Live video of the flag-raising ceremony showed the mayor and City Hall employees halfway done singing the national anthem Lupang Hinirang when one gunshot rang, causing a commotion. Tanawan City Public Information Officer Ledesma, who was taking the live video, said they were about to finish singing the national anthem when they heard the gunshot that hit Halili around 8:10 a.m. Halili was declared dead on arrival by the attending physician at the CP Reyes Medical Center. Mayor Halili was known for his Walk of Shame campaign in Tanawan.
Oh my God!
Rescue divers inch closer to a spot in a flooded cave where 12 boys and their football coach have been missing for more than a week after days of bad weather beset the grueling search. The children, aged 11 to 16, and their 25-year-old assistant coach have not been heard from since they ventured into the recesses of the Tham Luang cave in northern Thailand on Saturday and were blocked by heavy rains. But the clouds parted on Sunday, and with the help of water pumps, divers were able to establish a forward operating base inside the twisting chambers, raising hopes that the boars, as the team is known, could be located soon. Responders are placing extra oxygen tanks, strong ropes, and LED lights along the cave's walls in hopes they can provide a path to an airy chamber called Pattaya Beach, where officials believe the 13 are taking refuge because of its elevation. Rescuers have advanced 600 meters from the base towards the Pattaya site, while heavy drilling at separate chimneys outside the cave has started in an attempt to establish communication with the boys. The upbeat attitude comes after a week of heavy rains pounded the area near the Myanmar and Laos borders, making it difficult to reach deeper into Tham Luang. Teams of foreign experts from Australia, England, Japan, and China, including more than 30 U.S. military personnel, have descended on the remote mountainous site to join some 1,000 Thai rescuers. The field where the boars used to practice is now a helipad used to lift up heavy machinery. At 10 kilometers, Tham Luang is one of Thailand's longest and toughest caves to navigate, but drilling experts hope its limestone formations could make a series of holes and alternative entrances explorable by camera. Mayon volcano spewed ash plumes in a phreatic explosion on Sunday noon, to the Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology said. In a text message to reporters, PHIVOLC's resident volcanologist Dr. Ed Laguerta said the phreatic explosion occurred at around 12:34 p.m. Sunday, where it spewed white to light gray ash clouds about 500 meters high. In an earlier interview, Laguerta told members of the Regional Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council, or RDRRMC, that the agency could not yet give the green light to lower the alert status of two active volcanoes in the Bicol region, namely Mayon and Bulusan, as they still display signs of restiveness. According to La Guerta, Mayon volcano has still displayed fair crater glows, sulfur dioxide emission of 1,287 tons a day was way beyond its normal level, while geodetic data gathered indicates bulging at the volcano's edifice. It said parameters such as crater glows, high gas emission, and inflated edifice are still signs that magma and gas pressures are present. Mayon's alert status remains at level 2, which means that the volcano is at a moderate level of unrest. The public is warned that sudden explosions, lava collapses, pyroclastic density currents, and ash fall can still occur and threaten areas in the upper to middle slopes of Mayon. The public is advised not to enter the 6-kilometer radius permanent danger zone, or PDZ, and a precautionary 7-kilometer radius extended danger zone, or EDZ, in the south, southwest to east northeast sector, stretching from Anuling, Camalig to Santa Misericordia, Santo Domingo, must be strictly prohibited. The head of the Red Cross on Sunday said it was not safe to return Rohingya refugees to their homes in Myanmar, where he described whole villages abandoned and destroyed. Peter Morer toured drought-torn western Myanmar before visiting refugee camps over the border in neighboring Bangladesh, where nearly 1 million Rohingya have sought refuge from violence. The bulk of the persecuted Muslims in Bangladesh have arrived since August, fleeing a huge Myanmar army crackdown in troubled Rakhine state that the UN has likened to ethnic cleansing. Relief agencies warn that conditions in Rakhine, which is heavily restricted to international observers, remain too unsafe to consider repatriating the Rohingya to Buddhist-majority Myanmar.
When I have a look in front of my eye and what I have seen in terms of destruction of villages, abandonment of situations, disruptions of markets, of livelihoods of communities, I don't think that at the present moment this is an ideal condition for return. I think more has to be done. People have to be stronger also, they have to be prepared, and we need to reinvest into bringing the economic fabric again to work before big amounts of return, big numbers of returns can happen.
Bangladesh and Myanmar agreed in November to begin repatriating the Rohingya, but the process has stalled, with both sides accusing the other of frustrating the effort. Fewer than 200 have been resettled, and the vast majority refuse to contemplate returning until their rights, citizenship, and safety are assured. The Rohingya are loathed by many in Myanmar, where they were stripped of citizenship and branded illegal immigrants from Bangladesh, despite calling Rakhine their homeland. The marriage of a Malaysian man with an 11-year-old Thai girl in the Muslim-majority country has sparked outrage, with one activist Sunday labeling the groom a child predator. Malaysian Muslims below the age of 16 are allowed to marry if they obtain their permission of a religious court. But the country's Women and Families Ministry said there was no record of religious authorities approving the union, which took place last month across the border in Thailand's largely Muslim far south. The marriage of a Malaysian man with the 11-year-old Thai girl in the Muslim-majority country has sparked outrage, with one activist Sunday labeling the groom a child predator. An Indonesian ferry that capsized and sunk with scores of people aboard has been found by search teams combing the depths of one of the world's deepest lakes. The vessel was believed to be operating illegally with no manifest and an insufficient number of life jackets when it went down on Lake Toba, a picturesque tourist destination in Sumatra. Authorities have struggled to pinpoint the exact number on board when it went down nearly 2 weeks ago in one of Indonesia's deadliest maritime accidents. Remotely operated vehicles found the boat Thursday night, some 420 meters or 1,475 feet below the surface of the lake. Grainy video and photo footage showed several bodies and motorcycles which the boat had been carrying on the lake bed.
Yang kemarin sudah kita temukan kan sudah jelas. Di situ ada jenazah, kemudian ada apa itu barang-barangnya korban lah, ada helm, ada sepatu, ada kursinya kapal, kemudian tali-talinya kapal sudah kita lihat dengan jelas, ya. Sudah kita lihat dengan jelas dan saya sudah melihat dengan mata kepala saya sendiri, ya, di dalam monitor itu. Jenazah-jenazah itu berada di kedalaman sekitar 455, ya, di luar kapal, ya, di luar kapal. Kapalnya kita temukan itu di kedalaman 420, jadi kapalnya di atas, ininya mungkin tumpah pada turun ke bawah itu. Jadi
Lake Toba, which fills the crater of a supervolcano that exploded in a massive eruption tens of thousands of years ago, is one of the world's deepest lakes, plunging to some 500 meters in places. Officials said the traditional wooden boat could have been carrying 5 times the number of passengers it was built to hold, along with dozens of motorcycles. 5 suspects have been named, including the boat's captain, as well as local port and transportation officials.
Hello, my name is Samantha Suarez and I'm reporting here from Gainesville, Florida. Behind me is the Florida Museum of Natural History, home to a butterfly rainforest featuring hundreds of butterflies from across the world. Do you know another place that has sites from across the world? Well, check out Digital Nest on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. And I am one with 25.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave some love by giving it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe here at ABC Digital Nest so you don't miss any of our upcoming features.
Welcome back. Malaysian Prime Minister Mahathir Mohamad accuses European countries of being driven by economic and financial concerns instead of environmental issue in their objection to the palm oil industry in Malaysia and Indonesia.
Kelapa sawit secara ini diancam oleh Eropah dan kita perlu bersama-sama melawan hujah mereka bahawa minyak kelapa sawit ini didapati daripada hutan-hutan yang telah ditebang oleh pengusaha dan dengan itu dia mempunyai kesan yang buruk kepada cuaca. Negara mereka juga dahulu ditutupi dengan hutan, tetapi mereka sudah tebang hampir semua hutan mereka. Tidak ada siapa yang membantah dan kita juga tidak pernah membantah. Tetapi kali ini apabila kita perlu kepada kawasan yang lebih luas, maka mereka memberi mendakwa bahawa ini mencemarkan iklim. Kelapa sawit, minyak kelapa sawit ini bersaing dengan minyak-minyak daripada puncak, soybean, rapeseed dan sebagainya. Mungkin lebih dari tentangan mereka mungkin berasal daripada ekonomi dan keuangan mereka daripada environment, masalah environment.
The European Union or EU seeks to phase out palm oil from transport fuel. However, earlier this month, the EU lawmakers agreed to defer the ban to 2030 from 2021. According to Dr. Mahathir, Europe's opposition is viewed as more economics related rather than due to the alleged environmental impact of oil palm cultivation. He said it was Europe that actually no longer had many forest-covered areas as most of the trees had been cut down. ASEAN member states, which include the Philippines, have joined movement to reduce plastic waste in the region, a move that was announced by ASEAN Center for Biodiversity or ACB Executive Director Teresa Mundita S. Lim. Lim said that the home of ACB, which is Los Baños, Laguna, is the first ever municipality in the Philippines that regulated the use of plastic bags. Now, the town also prohibits the use of plastic straws, plastic cups, and plates. For its part, Brunei Darussalam aims to stop the use of plastic bags in supermarkets by 2019, and shoppers are encouraged to use reusable, eco-friendly bags for grocery shopping. Major supermarkets which joined the Beat Plastic Pollution Initiative are also considering it to be part of their corporate social responsibility. In Cambodia, major supermarkets charge $0.10 per plastic bag to reduce its wasteful use. Lao PDR also encourages the public to use recyclable bags, which are being sold in downtown cafes and markets. Right now, Malaysia, Myanmar, and Indonesia also implement bans and taxes on the use of plastic bags. In Singapore, one of the world's giant players in the fast food chain industry banned plastic lids, and for dine-in customers in June. President Rodrigo Duterte lauded the people of the city and Leyte province for their resilience after Super Typhoon Yolanda's devastation in 2013. Duterte, who was mayor of Davao City during the onslaught of Yolanda, was among the first responders when the world's strongest storm flattened Tacloban and the surrounding municipalities.
It's one of my saddest in my life. Never saw such magnitude of. Kaya naggastos ang luha ko dito siguro mga dalawang panyo. Totoo. Literally, I was bleeding inside my heart.
Typhoon Haiyan, known as Super Typhoon Yolanda in the Philippines, was one of the strongest tropical cyclones ever recorded. On making landfall, Haiyan devastated portions of Southeast Asia, particularly the Philippines. The president told the crowd gathered at the Balyuan Amphitheater Friday night for the Sangyao Parade of Lights that he was impressed when he saw the progress during his visit there in November 2016 and January 2017. Now, he said he was surprised that Leyte almost was back on its feet.
About 6 months after, I went back here to look at the progress of the housing, yung ginawa ko sa panahon ko na, yung akin. I was really surprised na Leyte almost was back on its feet, and the skyline was more pleasant to see. More buildings. So yung resilience ninyo, pati yung swerte ninyo, baka nga talaga, it's a matter of, but you have been blessed.
The Philippines retained for the third straight year its premier Tier 1 status due to the significant strides it achieved in the campaign against human trafficking, according to a just-released report of the U.S. State Department. The U.S. Trafficking in Persons, or TIP 2018 report, noted that the Philippines was one of 39 countries among the 186 surveyed that continued to demonstrate serious and sustained efforts to fight the problem. In particular, the report cited the advances made by the Duterte administration in the campaign, highlighted by an increase in the number of human traffickers convicted by the courts, as well as the sharp reduction in the backlog of trafficking cases from April 2017 to March 2018. It's cited as an example that in the period covered, the Philippines prosecuted 177 human traffickers that resulted in the conviction of 65 who were jailed from a minimum of 12 years to the maximum life imprisonment. As a result, the Philippines became the only country in the 10-member ASEAN that retained the highest-ranking Tier 1 status, which, as pointed out in the report, indicated that although the problem remains, it was doing enough to combat human trafficking. The report revealed that other ASEAN members, particularly Brunei, Cambodia, Indonesia, Singapore, Thailand, and Vietnam, remained at Tier 2, meaning they failed to comply fully with the minimum standards to eliminate human trafficking, but are making significant efforts to do so. Those in Tier 3, the report added, such as China, as well as the other ASEAN members like Laos and Myanmar, can thus be barred from receiving non-humanitarian, non-trade-related foreign assistance from the U.S. The son of Cambodia's long-serving prime minister was promoted to 2 senior military posts on Saturday as his father looks to widen his family's influence. The move comes just weeks before elections that veteran Cambodian leader Hun Sen is expected to easily win, given the main opposition party has been dissolved. Hun Sen, who has ruled for 33 years, is accused of trying to build a political dynasty by priming his 3 sons for top posts. On Saturday, his eldest son, Lieutenant General Hun Manet, was promoted to acting chief of joint staff and commander of the army headquarters, according to Defense Ministry spokesman Chum Sochiat. The 40-year-old West Point trained officer will keep his current roles as head of the Defense Ministry's anti-terrorism unit and the deputy commander of Hun Sen's personal bodyguard unit. He will soon be promoted to a 4-star general, a required status for the jobs. The defense spokesman said Hun Manet's promotion was merit-based and not because of his family name.
Happy 50th anniversary ng Eagle Broadcasting Corporation. Sana mas tumagal pa ang pagsiservisyo natin sa ating bayan. I'm looking forward to it.
Landmarks, Linggo, alas 6 hanggang alas 7 ng gabi.
Welcome back. ASEAN has a master plan that connects all of its 10 members in several ways. And it's just as much about people as it's about technology. Take a look.
ASEAN, a region of opportunities with a young and growing population of more than 620 million people. By connecting ASEAN, we connect these opportunities. Over the past 50 years, ASEAN has shown significant progress and benefits from its regional integration efforts. Its GDP nearly doubled to reach US $2.6 trillion between 2007 and 2016. We can deliver more. The Master Plan on ASEAN Connectivity 2025 aims to achieve a seamless, integrated and comprehensively connected ASEAN. This will promote competitiveness, inclusiveness and a greater sense of community. What does that mean for you? The Master Plan will improve the way you live, work and travel. It will enhance the physical infrastructure that brings us together. It will link our institutions to support our cooperation across borders. Through all this, it connects everyone in this region as one community. ASEAN is a vibrant, growing, multicultural region. Our diversity is our strength. To better harness this potential, ASEAN Connectivity will bridge the country's individual strengths to make us collectively stronger. ASEAN Connectivity will help us better work together on our common challenges. Our region needs a significant increase in infrastructure investments to meet our growing needs. 90 million more people will call our cities home by 2030. Productivity will also need to grow. We also need to cooperate to reach our full potential. Together, we form the 3rd biggest workforce in the world and one of the world's biggest consumer markets. There is huge potential in our digital economy. Our economies are uniquely positioned to benefit further from global trade and investment. ASEAN connectivity will be enhanced through 5 strategic areas. Sustainable infrastructure, increasing investment, improving infrastructure productivity, and building better cities. Digital innovation, supporting adoption of technology, using digital innovations to improve financial access and enhance data sharing and management. Seamless logistics, lowering costs and improving supply chains. Regulatory excellence, providing common frameworks and removing trade barriers. People mobility, enhancing skills and enabling the movement of our most vital resource, the peoples of ASEAN. Through these areas, the master plan provides a framework for everyone to benefit and come closer together. The Master Plan for ASEAN Connectivity 2025, reaching for a better tomorrow by connecting ASEAN today.
And that is the latest news in the Southeast Asian nations. Stay updated about the ASEAN region. I'm Nea Mangawang, always one with 25.